Hello guys, my name is Aline. Today we are going to do some exercises for activity-based costing. And to do this exercise, we have to know that activity-based costing or ABC is different with simple costing. And the difference between these two systems is when we use simple costing, we don't focus on the activities incurred, while in ABC system, we focus on the activities incurred. ABC system has more indirect cost pools and more cost driver as cost allocation based than the simple costing system. And to find out more about the difference between these two systems, let's do the problem. So for the problem 1, PharmaHelp Inc. Operates at capacity and has three main market segments, which are general supermarket chains, drugstore chains, and mom and pop single store pharmacies. And these are the given information. There are revenues, cost of goods sold, and gross margin for each market segment, total operating and total operating income. Total operating costs and total operating income. For many years, PharmaHelp has used gross margin percentage, but Matthew recently attended a seminar on activity-based costing and is considering using it at PharmaHelp to analyze and allocate other operating costs, and agrees that there are 5 key activities that drive the other operating costs. This table shows the activity level in each market segments with the total cost for each activities. Firstly, we are asked to compute the gross margin percentage. And we can use the simple system because the formula for the gross margin percentage is gross margin divided by the revenue. This is given in the problem. So we just need to input the revenue. And then we can just submit. For the total revenue, and then for the cost of goods sold, it's the same as the given information. And then we can get the gross margin. It is a revenue minus the cost of goods sold. And for the other operating costs, it is given. And for the operating income, it is gross margin minus the other operating costs. And for the gross margin percentage, it is gross margin divided by revenue. Okay, next. Move on to the second question. To compute the cost driver rates for each of the 5 activities area. We already know the total cost for each activities and the activities level from here, and we can compute the cost driver rates per activities with dividing the total cost here with the total activity levels in each activities. So for the customer purchase ordering process, it is $40. And for the line item ordering, $3. And for the store delivery, 47.97 for the carton ship. $1 and the shelf stocking $16. Next, for the third question, we are asked to use the ABC system. With the ABC system, we can identify the operating income for each market segment because we already calculated the cost driver rates for each activities. It allows us to allocate the operation costs based on the activities. First, we need to calculate the cost activities for each market. And here, we can just multiply its activities in each segment with the cost driver rates per unit. And don't forget to calculate the total for its activities. And you can check your answers if it's right or wrong. It is right when the total you get here is the same as the given information. And don't forget to calculate the activity cost for each market segment. And then we calculate the operating income. First, we input the revenue, cost of goods sold, and gross margins. And operating costs, the same as in the simple costing system. So it is from the given information here. And then for the operating cost, it's different because now we have the operating cost for each market segment. So we put it here from the calculation before. And then now we can calculate the operating income for each market segment. Operating income is gross margin minus the operating cost. And then for the operating income margin, it is operating income divided by the revenue. Okay. Question number 4 will be your homework, but I will give a little hint for this question. From all the data we calculated, we can compute the ratio of operating cost to revenue to better know which market is the most efficient or otherwise. It is the operating cost divided by the revenue. For the general supermarket chains and for the drugstore, it's the same. Now we can see that mom and pop single stores has the highest ratio of operating cost to revenue, which is not good compared to other market segments. Let's move on to problem 2. And I think problem 2 is easier than the first problem and it has the same step as problem 1. So Dodo Sol Sol Lala Sol operates at capacity and decided to apply ABC analysis to 3 product lines: baked goods, milk and fruit juice, and frozen foods. It identifies 4 activities and their activity cost rate as follows. And the revenue, cost of goods sold, store support costs, and activities that account for the store support costs, and activity area usage of the 3 product lines are as follows. And under its simple costing system, Dodo Sol Sol Lala Sol allocated store support costs to product at the rate of 30% of cost of goods sold. First, we are asked to use the simple costing system to allocate support costs and prepare a product line profitability report. So to allocate the support costs, so we just need to input the revenue, the same as the given information here, for each product line. And for the cost of goods sold, it's the same. Next, for the store support, it is 30% of cost of goods sold. As we can see here, it is the same as stated in the problem. And then now we can calculate the total cost. The cost of goods sold plus the store support cost. And then from here we can calculate the operating income, which is revenue minus the total cost. And for the net profit margin, it is to see the product line profitability. So for the baked goods, it is operating income divided by the revenue for baked goods, and then the same for the milk and fruit juice and for the frozen product. Second question, we are asked to use the ABC system to allocate the support costs. First, we just need to input the information for the cost allocation rate and activity usage for each product line. Next, to calculate the operating income, we need to input the revenue, the same as in the simple costing system. For the cost of goods sold, also the same. And we need to input each activity cost here. So we need to calculate it first from the cost allocation rate times the big goods and so on. And the same for the delivery, cost allocation rate for delivery, and each delivery from each product line. And the same for shelf stocking and customer support. Don't forget to calculate the total. And then for the total cost, we just need to sum it up. Next, we can calculate the operating income. It is revenue minus the total cost. The last step is to calculate the net profit margin. It is operating income divided by the revenue. We can see the difference here when using simple costing and ABC system, and manager can make better decision making using ABC when each department or line or segment has a single activity for different activities. So for the question number 3, it is for your homework. Please do it well, and thank you for listening to my tutorial. I hope you can learn from this, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask your tutor for your questions. Thank you. Have a nice day.